Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Apologize for that phone call there. Did not realize that my mic was hot. Hey, thank God I didn't say anything worse. You know what I mean? You never know. Hot mics, man. At least you saw me super cordial about something that most people would probably be absolutely obnoxious about. And, you know what I mean? That's how you handle situations. I actually think it's kind of good. That's how you handle a situation. You know what I mean? You speak calmly, but you speak sternly, and you handle your biz. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the early bird live stream. I will be traveling today, and if I push it to the later limits, it's going to be tight. So, and a lot of people, you were probably traveling too. Let's get you in and out of this bang, bang, bang. About an hour live stream, maybe a little more as we go through the idea here. So we started the live stream. I'm going to start from scratch to zero like we do every single day, and that way you can kind of really get a bigger picture of what I'm seeing. But I already gave an update to the trading group. I already see a little bit of what's happening in the markets, and we're going to break it down. I see this shoulder, head, and shoulder. I was expecting some type of move down here. I don't want this low to be broken. We're going to discuss that. I do see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here that is starting to break to the downside. That's a shoulder, head, right shoulder, and there you have it. I mean, these things just, it's amazing how the patterns play out exactly how they're supposed to. That's your measured move of the head and shoulder pattern to the downside. All right, we're at Binance though. I'm going to delete all my work, as you can see, and we're going to start fresh here on the weekly. But I do see a head and shoulder moving down to about this level here, 36,172. All right, BOOKMAP, showing you what's happened to BOOKMAP here, so you can kind of get a view of what's going on. There's just more orders above us than below us at this point. This order was thicker, but since then it has dissipated. And there was more orders down here at the beginning of the day. It seems like they've either moved the orders out or they've disappeared. So it tells me that there's more bullishness than bearishness here, but they may come down to 36.2, grab that last bar of liquidity, and then, BOOKMAP suggests that we go back to 37,000, 37,030 into later on in today. But you never know. I want to talk about PYTH network. Remember, you know why? PYTH just kept coming at me. And you know what's interesting? I typed in BTC USDT, and I saw PYTH down here. I really did. I know you think I'm nuts, but you can trade Bitcoin on PYTH, apparently, maybe USD. But I saw PYTH here as one of the actual places that I could trade Bitcoin. Call me crazy. There it is right there. Look, PYTH, Spot Trade Oracle, PYTH. So I was like, okay. And that's when I really realized something was going on here. I put two and two together. All right. I was like, wow, that's very, very interesting. You know what I mean? Here, I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back. I put two and two together, though, and I figured it out. This is PYTH, man, and you can actually trade Bitcoin on PYTH. I find that pretty interesting. Let's take a look at Binance and let's break down what's happening. Bitcoin is going down to that target that I talked about. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, breaking the 200 SMA and headed lower. I do see it making it right shoulder, though. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We've seen this many times, just like this. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It looks like we're doing this. That's your low. This is that secondary flush out. That's your low. This is your secondary flush out. They actually are completely identical. I wouldn't be surprised. And then you always have a side dump here shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside, shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. Looks highly likely with a higher low from this, but you never know. But to me, this looks like just a quick flesh out for people that are emotional. You have to remember, they have a lot of people who believe the narrative. They believe what they're being told. They still believe mainstream media. They're stuck. They're locked in some weird, strange place in life, you know? They're in the past, you know what I mean? Or they're stuck in, I don't know where they're stuck, but they're just not where they need to be, all right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'm sure we'll have a little less people on the live. And, yeah, I always keep that red button on, man. I can't believe I let it slip, but it is what it is. At least I wasn't, like, you know, yelling at my kids or something. I mean, that's how you know. What if I was on that phone and I was super rude and obnoxious? And then you're like, wow. But I'm not. I'm a good dude. I appreciate everybody. I treat everyone with respect. Even if things don't go the right way, you know, being rude to somebody never gets you anywhere. It doesn't help. It doesn't do anything. You got to speak. But you do have to be stern. And if you're the customer and you've been wronged, you got to stand up for yourself, because, you know, no one's going to say anything if you don't. You know what I mean? You will get walked all over if you don't do the right thing. So may God bless each and every one of you for being here. First thing I'm going to talk about is this diagonal trend line. Resistance there. You can even, sometimes I say it was in there, it was out of there. I feel like it kind of breached out a little bit, but this is the resistance bar. As long as Bitcoin doesn't go lower than this line, which is about 34,700, 34,008, I would expect Bitcoin to continue to the upside. If Bitcoin does break back inside this pattern, that's where I would begin to short it back to the bottom of the pattern. We might even have hidden bullish divergence there and send it to the upside. So even if we do come all the way back down to 28,990, it's not the worst thing that could happen. It's actually okay. However, we have such strong support here at 32,037 and very strong support here too at 25,000. These key areas are where we're going to be watching closely. We have a resistance on the weekly time frame, which we mentioned right here. You are at resistance. A lot of people did take profits here. It would have been a smart decision. We have 4 days and 10 hours for this to not become a swing failure pattern, meaning we have a high in the middle of these, but both wicks did not reach the height of this wick. You know what I mean? These do match. And also tweezer tops. Whenever I see tweezer tops, it's not a good sign. Like here, tweezer tops right here. The weekly created 4 tweezers, down. The weekly created 2 wicks here, down. Same thing when you create wicks to the downside, right? Boom, 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 all right? It shows whether it's an algorithm, whether it's, it's probably, and it is an algorithm and it's rigged, but it still shows that the algorithm pushed the price up into buy pressure. It's just showing you that these wicks tried to go down, but whatever reason, there was a bot, there was a movement, there was analytical algorithms, they're going to push the price. And same thing here now. So we have to heed the fact that this will now be a weekly red candle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight weeks of love for Bitcoin. I mean, that's like bull run status. 5 weeks of love and anything is an amazing rally. I hope you took some profits along the way up. I hope you found the right projects at the right time. I'm heavy in Tyra right now. Tyra up 30%. Looking at the coins that have bounced, I mean, look at this change. 200%, 161%, 78%, 55%. Vision. I was looking at Vision just the other day. Nosana, my baby, back to 48 cents, right? Bang, bang, bang. Tara, almost back to 2 cents again. Bang, bang, bang. I mean, you name it. If a coin is hot, Unify up. And it's just green around the board here. And if we go to another list, it's just green around the board. I have to split MEXC into 2 different lists because there's so many dang coins. Look at this thing, fact up 640%. But even look, Anchor, ANC, Coinos, which was a coin that we talked about in my trading group for a long time. Melos, Blur, Magic, 3 Bull. And, even members CTXC, I went over this yesterday too, Cortex. And I liked what I was seeing there. We're going to talk about Cortex in a second and break it down. God's Unchained making a move. Bonk making a move back. FTT making a move. You name it. Die One, right? Quenta. It doesn't matter. Coins are just seemingly extremely resilient. CAS would take a little bit of a fall right now with Bitcoin. Seems to couple with Bitcoin because it has that lightness to it. But at 12.8, still holding gains. Pretty interesting, right? Kanto, Kuji, Loop, Alex, you name it. The coin is up to the upside. Doge Chain even. I mean, come on now. So it has been a green morning, so to speak, for the altcoins as they've bounced back with BTC. And Bitcoin bouncing back to 36,390 on BOOKMAP, showing signs of life. We already talked about a fact that we may dip a little lower, but I do see the biggest liquidity at $37,000 for Bitcoin, all right? Here's the deal. So the weekly, as long as we don't break below this trend line, we are good to go. When I flip on the moving averages, we can see that the 50 is coming for the 200 SMA. That is a very bullish sign. All right. Something you definitely want to pay attention to. Front running the golden cross has paid off for us in the past. Could it pay off again? Again, I could even see a bigger dip here, and then we would still move to the upside. If we do test 32,193, it will not be the worst. If we break that, things are going to be a little shady because that could become resistance, and we don't want that to become resistance. We want that to stay as strong support like it shall. Let's take a look at the 5-day chart, which I keep harping on and talking about over and over again. An interesting 2 days different, and it already is more green than the weekly in 4 days and 9 hours. We will see what happens to this 5-day candle. It would be awesome if it closes above resistance, above 37,917. I keep telling everybody, I am not bearish unless price action breaks this trend line and the 200 SMA on the 5-day chart. Until those two things happen, there is no reason to remain extremely bearish or to open up a massive short, in my humble opinion. You do whatever makes you happy. But in my humble opinion, I would not do that yet because these are very strong support signs. And if they don't break, then there's just, we're likely headed further to the upside. Chance that we could be making something like this too, getting ready for just a bull pennant. We could go sideways for the next 5 to 10 to 15 days, maybe even 20. Into Christmas, things will slow down, and then January 1st, things start to rip like they did last year. Remember the 1st of January, things got hot for Bitcoin as it gets up to 36,390. And again, I have BOOKMAP always running so I can see the price, even if you can't. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I have $1,500 short right now on Bitcoin. Let's see how it goes. Rain pumping hard. Yeah, Sam, I keep thinking about how bullish the BNB news is. U.S. government getting billions in crypto would make sense before the ETF. XNA continues to rip faces off. One of our favorites, baby. I talked about this being an Adam and Eve, like it was going to pump up to the 200. Step hero. What did it do? It pumped right up to the 200 SMA on the daily and then on the 2-day and then continued. This is insane, but you'll see this over and over again. My baby, my big call, my love, Nura AI, one of my new favorite bangers in the house, up to 27. We got in below a penny. We are up almost a 3x in literally 6 days. This thing now has made an all-time high and continuing to the upside. I put this pennant here, never got stopped out. You were still in the money. Sammy Price did it again. I found the coin that mattered when nobody else was paying attention. I grinded. My team did go over it. I got a guy who's a miner in my trading group, and he gave it to me. However, a lot of people give me a lot of things, and I don't do anything. This time, it spoke to me. Once I did my research and I found out it passed my smell test. It passed my move. And look at this. A shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. That is an inverted head and shoulder that's likely to break the length here to the upside, and there you have it. It goes all the way, man. So this is a beautiful sign. I like what I'm seeing here for XNA. I'm going to do some more work on this later on. Stay tuned. If that excites you, we're going to jump on into that today. Let's finish our bigger move. We want this to be a right shoulder. Look, that is the head and shoulder that did break to the downside. Was expecting a little more downside. 36,170. We may get there too. All right. So the 5-day looks pretty good. The measured move for that 5-day would take us to this next resistance and more. All right. We get all the way to 49,000, even up to 50K. Now, even if we went straight parabolically in a run straight up, which usually this is even more lateral, it says we were not going to get to 49,000 till about late March. All right. So just, not saying it's a guarantee, but, it is what it is. And now, unless we go straight up, which we could, and we could be there somewhere by December, but we would have to go like one of these straight up, which Bitcoin has been doing. As I said before, if you're new to the channel, who's new here to the channel? If we do not go lower than this trend line and we don't break the 200 SMA, we are not going down like most people are saying. And so once you have a steadfast idea there that you can stick to, it's pretty nice because no matter what the news says, no matter what anyone talks about, and that's why I'm not trying to be rude. I don't watch anyone else's technical analysis. Sometimes I watch a few other YouTubers just to support them, or they make me laugh. I want to see what they say, almost more for entertainment. But when I'm doing my technical analysis, I don't watch any other technical analysts because it can get in your head, Look at that, 37777. That's the quadruple 7 area right there, which is resistance. 3 quadruple 7, so insane. Thoughts on VMworld, mobile wallet for VeChain. Pretty awesome, sounds cool. This man especially has a particular genius code that will help make you wealthy. A true gift. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. God bless you. Thank you so much for the Billy Goat files, man. Those were amazing. I am honored to be a part of that book and to be one of the narrators, I guess. Oh, that's going to be fascinating. If you would let me do the voice narration of that, I would love to just sit in a booth all day and we but that's probably for you too, man. But God bless you, brother. Crypto Billy, that was an amazing experience last night. And I'll be honest, I was tired. I was packing. I had a lot to do. But when I saw you on Twitter, loyalty is key for me. And you come to my Twitter spaces, I come to your Twitter spaces, man. Nothing is more important than the people that support me. I don't care if I'm on my last leg. I'm going to hop my way all the way to help you. And that's just who I am. That's how I was raised. And I don't, no one has to say sorry or whatever. I just, you support people that support you. That's how you build relationships. That's how you build a community. And that's how you know who you are in life. Like, if you can't do that, then who are you? You know what I mean? And I always say, if you don't stand for anything, then you will fall for everything, right? If you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. You know what I mean? And I stand for something. And I stand for my family, my friends, and people that have been loyal to me. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, even with a mismatched door handle, I will be there. Exactly. I will be there. And again, it is what it is. I find it strange. Call me insane. You tell me you buy an extremely expensive luxury car and something is slightly off about it. I hope you wouldn't just put your tail between your legs and walk away. I hope you would walk right into that dealership and open your mouth. All right? And I hope I'm teaching someone out there might be in a funny way, right? Someone might be, no swearing on the live stream. I'm sorry. We don't do that. No profanity, please. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't like seeing profanity in the chat. It's sad. Anyway, awesome spaces you're creating, Crypto Billy. Crypto Billy is the G. Day in and day out. I see him grinding like the lifer. Even without pants, he will be there. I wear pants, man. I have pants on. Definitely strange sounds. Definitely strange. Sounds like the door got replaced. Something happened. You know what I mean? Have the car wrapped. Pick a color and custom. Very few have. Truly make it yours. That sounds kind of cool. Sam Price stands tall and constantly tells it as it is. Amen. Shout out to Rave Sound Records. I love you, brother. You keep jamming away, man. God bless you, man. So, the 21 coming back to the 3-day chart. We know that they have to marry, all right? And that's the one thing. This is a space here. And price action likes to come back to the 21 SMA. So, we'd have to go more sideways in the 21 with ladder. That's why I believe we'd have to go more sideways. If we keep pumping, we're going to create more and more space for the 21, and then we're going to have to come to it again some point. And usually, you just don't make that much space. Look where the 3-day here got afar. We got back to it. This is the farthest I've seen the 3-day chart from the 21-day moving average. Understanding how price action and the 21 moves together will change your entire look. And there is the short going down to the area that I called out there. Further down, I'm looking for 36,172. That is basically where I would be taking profits out of this shoulder, head, and clear right shoulder as we broke to the downside. Got rejection from the 200 SMA there. Weren't able to hold it. However, as long as we keep this high above this is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It's just fragmented and just kind of a bit scraggly, if you had a scraggly inverted head and shoulder. So looking at this now, we have clear resistance, and I love to mark my lines here with the price note. Bang. So nice and cool, right? And then you hit control and give another price note. Nobody uses these. Nobody uses these price notes. I'm the only guy that does it. You know what I mean? But I like to make things nice and clear and neat for each and every one of my students and anyone watching the channel. Shout out to anyone in the Crypto Lifer University, baby. We're branding to Crypto Lifer University, CLU, baby. Jump on into CLU today and get it in. Shout out to Crypto Pollo, cluck, cluck, cluck in the house. Shout out to everybody here. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you as you may be headed to your family today. You may be traveling. You may be there already, as my sister is already there with my mom. Do you see a bit of an inverted cup and handle on Bitcoin on the 15-minute? I'll take a look at that in a second as we do our top-down analysis. We're going to head further down. Further down. Okay. Ooh. Okay. My daughter likes to put stickers there, and sometimes they end up on my foot. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move forward to the daily. And, of course, I have pants on. It's freezing cold today. All right? So, shoulder, head, shoulder. Somewhat of a triple top, really. You know what I mean? I see it. But we're getting this movement on the daily, and the daily is extremely oversold. What you're also looking for is a bit of hidden bullish. In a way, I've never really backtested this, but, that's a swing up while that's a swing down. Very small. I really would kind of keep that away. But even this, that's a move up. Well, that's such more of a move up. That is a form of hidden bullish. It's like a Class C hidden bullish divergence. You know what I mean? The idea behind divergence is that these lines will collide. If you keep going this way and if you keep going that way, they are going to intersect. That's what divergence is. They're going to divide each other. Divergence, get it? So, Crypto Lifer University, get a CLU, baby. Amen. Get yourself a degree at Crypto Lifer University. Crypto Lifer is the meaning of consistency. Great info and content, as always. Shout out to everybody here. Don't worry about anything else. Anyone else streaming. I don't ask my Lord if I need surgery. Right? I want to be one of the 5 newbies you teach how to trade in 30 days. We'll jump on in. You can get it in. All right. I love that you said that. I'm always looking for 5 new beautiful people, right, that want to learn technical analysis and make their first profitable trade in 30 days. I know it can happen if you keep your mind focused. You're not going to know everything. You're going to have to learn a lot. There's going to be some lessons, but it doesn't mean you can't make a profitable trade in your first 30 days. So, bang, bang, bang. Soul pump is some for now. Yeah. I mean, we clearly saw the move to the downside. I called the short yesterday morning. If you're in my trading group, I gave you the short right when I woke up. And that thing did play out nicely. Then we got the reversal back up. I scalped for like $250. And it was a pretty cool day yesterday, honestly, in the market for me. Ended up actually gaining 5% in my futures account. You know, and now I'm kind of sitting sideways. I did lose the TIA trade. I did lose that trade. That trade, you know, I lost about $100 in that trade. It happens. All right. Totally Levy Noob, up 70% in the last 30 days. God bless you, brother. I'm going to be an honor roll at CLU. Yeah, who wants to make be an honor roll student? You sound much better, Sammy. Good to know you recovered from the allergies. Yeah, and I even sneezed last night a little bit, but nothing this morning. They get people in fear so we have more liquidity to move up. Exactly. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. And remember, if Solana is pumping, Serum and Radium will pump. And now Bitcoin going all the way back up to 36,300, getting a nice bit of a move here. All right, and we're going to show you the smaller time frames. Don't worry, we're about to get there. So the daily could still be showing this sign. You know, as long as it stays above this trend line too, then that could keep us from going further to the downside, as well as the daily's had this beautiful support and resistance area that it's been respecting for a while now. Previous resistance, support, pretty awesome. The one good thing is the general manager of the Cadillac dealership, I called him. He's now dealing with me directly. Once he found out, I was like, you know, you're dealing with the lifer, man. You know, and I said, I'm not a normal person. Like, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread here, but, you know, I do. But, you know, and again, it looks like it's going to be solved. Everything's going to be right, and they're going to make it right. You know what I mean? But the guy's super cool, and he was like, oh, you know, he was even saying, hey, he knew about Bitcoin, you know, and so +1 for him. He did know about Bitcoin, and you know, and he was very interested, and he even had an average price that he had got into. So I was pretty excited about that. Anyone here using BingX mobile app on their phone? Does it work well? I'm sure it does. BingX is a great program and a great group of people. So nothing but good things to say about BingX. If you want to trade the S&P, Bitcoin, gold, all in the same place, BingX is amazing. Shout out to the sponsorship from BingX and shout out to ITrust Capital. ITrust Capital really is the place to be. I absolutely love ITrust Capital. All right, what's awesome about it? He fixes your door or you buy his dealership. You're so funny, man. Huge cup and handle on Big Time. We'll take a look at Big Time too. Thank you for saying that. Big Tuna Crypto. Nice to see you here, man. James Lynch. Not everyone has the resources, but God does give you the will to dedicate yourself, to educate yourself. Amen. XNA is pamping to the upside. I'm talking about a massive pamp. All-time history, all-time high, the inverted head and shoulder. We're going to get into it. Don't worry. At 2.7, we got him below a penny, or below a tenth of a penny, and this thing is soon going to be a bit. Once it hits a penny, we will have 10x our money, if you can believe it. And this is something that can definitely 100x. You turn $1,000 into $100,000. I mean, it could happen. XNA, you know what I mean? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice. Do your own research and get into a, you know, make sure, you know, before you get into anything, don't listen to any YouTuber. Do your own research. All I can do is provide you the education and the information for you to figure out things on your own. All right. I'm not a financial advisor or an investment advisor, as you can see. I will never go over your portfolio. I will never show you what to allocate and how to do it. It's not something I'm going to do. Don't ask me. I'm a teacher. You're a student. That is the basis of our relationship. All right. Just want to make that really clear. All right. May God bless you all. And may God bless your families on these beautiful holidays where we finally get a time to sit back, relax, and realize what it all mattered. You know, I got a picture I was looking at last night, and you know that picture was? It was last Thanksgiving, the last Thanksgiving I will ever have with my father. So if you have Thanksgiving with your mom and dad right now, don't sulk around. Be a good dude. Help your mom in the kitchen. You know, ask your dad if he needs anything. Just be an awesome son, daughter, cousin, nephew, uncle. Play with the kids. Don't be lame. Put your phone upstairs in the bedroom and then come down. Do not take your phone downstairs and be on it all day on Thanksgiving. Be the one person that doesn't do that. Please. For me, you know what I mean? Leave your phone in the bedroom. Come downstairs. Be a human being. You know, it would be sad to see every single person sitting on their phone during Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So, me of all people, too. I'm telling myself that, so I do the right thing. So I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to each and every one of you. Be present when you're with your family. Be present, everybody. It's super important, all right? Let's talk about the Black Friday deal, baby. The Black Friday deal, baby. General sale begins on the website after midnight on Thursday. Deals are for quarterly and yearly, up to 35% off equivalent monthly prices. To gain an extra discount and early access, you must both subscribe to the newsletter and opt in. It's a little opt-in button. You got to click on that. Super important. If already subscribed to the newsletter before opt-in, unsubscribe and resubscribe using the new form, okay? And that's linked right there, and it's all linked right here. This is the new form, just so you're like, where do I go? What do I do? I have a comment right here. Click on this. It'll open up. Make sure you hit here and join the newsletter. You click on it. It takes you to the newsletter, and that's where you want to opt in. That's what we're talking about right now. These are super important ideas because I want to make sure I can get you the best deal possible. I want to help as many human beings as I can for the least amount of your own money. You know what I mean? Thursday, 11 a.m., 2 emails will go out. A special Thanksgiving email for all subscribers and the discount email only for those who opted in. Opt-in newsletter subscribers gain immediate access to the sale at 11 a.m. Thursday. Existing customers can upgrade their subscription to make use of the deal. Existing Me6 customers who wish to make use of the deal must switch and take the website subscription. Cancel your Me6. Contact support at CryptoLifer to be credited the remaining time. All right? And we're going to make sure that everything is right if that's what you want to do. So, again, this is what's happening from the 24th to the 27th. I will be doing my biggest Black Friday Cyber Monday sale that I've ever done. Take advantage of it while I'm here. Take advantage. You see me, I'm going to never take a day off. I'm going to be here all the time. I gave you XNA. I'm going to find another coin. We're going to continue to pump. We're going to find Bitcoin moves. We're going to do this, man. Look, this is that right shoulder that should be forming now. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bit of a cup with a handle in a way. Not amazing, but it's a jagged cup and handle, as I would say it. So here we go. Levels to watch for Bitcoin. We must break back above 37,777,777,777. I like that. If I can, it's hard to place it on the exact area, but 37,780. We got to get above it to remain bullish. Break through this beautiful support that is now resistance on the daily time frame. Extremely oversold on the daily. Okay, extremely with a double bottom, telling me that we are likely to at least move back to the top of the pattern. We just want to get above this high here. I'll even call it 37,886. All right, I'll go a little higher because that's the wick. Those were those candles hit. And it's hard to match these. What you have to do is really open it up. There we go. There we go. Please forgive my dear Aunt Susie. What was that, right? Please forgive my dear Aunt Susie. Remember foil, first, outer, inner, last? Who remembers foil? Bitcoin pumping hard now, back to 36,380. Getting that move back to the upside. Let's move down into the, let's check out the 12-hour and the 8-hour. They look pretty oversold with some kind of hidden bullish in a way. Is that swinging down, not swinging up? I'm also going to show you something bigger that I'm seeing happening. All right. Now what I'm going to do is we don't need this line anymore, and I don't need this line for now. Hold on. What I want to do is I want to hit the settings on this one, and I want to turn this one into a dotted line. All right. Then I remember when I hit this, remember I don't want dotted line. Oh yeah, now we're back. I love that. It didn't affect it. Excellent. Okay, so that line is super important. I just want to kind of have it in the background, something that we want to definitely look at and think about. I'm also going to get rid of my projection right now because we don't need it, but it got us to our next idea, right? And that's why I project all the time. Astral projection, chart projecting, you name it. So when we look here on the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to extend this. This is still in the Jesse Livermore cylinder. It hasn't left the cylinder, in my humble opinion. A very bullish sign as well. And actually, it propels us even higher because that would give a measured move that would go off the tip of this rising wedge. Still gives us about 49,000. So the similar idea here, we get a nice move. And look, up, down, up, down, up, down. Likely to come back to the top of the pattern. This is what I'm looking at on the 4-hour time frame. And so I had this falling wedge that you broke back inside. You left it, but you got back inside. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. And so I'm expecting some type of move here on the 4-hour back to the upside. However, I do see support or resistance areas. So as much as I give you probabilities on shapes, I am a stickler for my support or resistance. If you cannot get back above 36,674, expect more downside. That's going to be an issue there. We'll make a bear flag and we could drop. It's not all love. And again, everyone's like, but you give a bunch of scenarios. I do, because trading is just like is like playing chess. You got to think about, what is the other player going to do? What are the 5 different, 10 different, 20 different moves that they could make? Then you hone in on them and then you kind of bank them. And then when they make one, you make the move to the other one. And then trading is the same way. You make as many ideas as you can have. And then you got to focus on a few of them, execute, but you got to have it in the back of your mind that you're not 100% and anything can happen. And that's what I do. And that's how I stay on my toes. That's how I stay efficient, because anything is possible. All right. Moving forward to the 1-hour time frame now, as we get smaller and smaller into the action, the 1 hour needs to come back down. See, it's bearishly crushing us to the downside here after a really nice recovery from 35,577 to 36,800. And again, everyone freaked out yesterday, but if you really think about it, we were lower than this just a week ago. Like a week ago, we were fighting 35K and we got above it. So pretty interesting, right? How bearish they can get people, because people are really temperamental. People are very, very temperamental. It doesn't take a lot to jar the populace and get them off of their game. All right. So what we want to see is this 15-minute kind of start to come through. And look, I know this is a very ragged pattern. It's very strange. But what I had to do was make a call. And my call was they broke it out, came back in, broke it out, came back in. And now this is still the pattern at hand. All right. And this is a strange way to trade. Not everyone will trade like this. This is how I figured it out. But it also is consistent. It means that as long as price stays inside a pattern, then it stays inside the pattern, right? Another thing you want to look at is, and I love this tool, you grab your shoulder, it will match it. You grab your head, it'll label it, and you grab your right shoulder here. This is a good sign that we are going to get probably a big move to the upside out of the inverted head and shoulder. We already hit one, and like I showed you, XNA hit one. And again, these things hit a lot. Very, very known pattern. And so that tells us we could go up about 4.58%, break this trend. We're going to have resistance at this level, right? That's the first place I might take profit one, but this says we could get above it and get all the way to about 38,090. So the measured move is 38,090. You have an inverted head and shoulder. You got back inside of a falling wedge after negating the key area of support or resistance. And to me, it looks like we could definitely get that move to the upside. So low, high, higher, low. We must put in a higher high. Bitcoin has to break back above 36,770. Just write it down, 36,770. If we don't close a candle today above that area, expect more downside. That's going to be an issue. So that's a key area that I'm looking at, that I want Bitcoin to get back above 36,770, and that's what I'm sticking to. So right now I am more bullish than bearish, unless we lose this low. If we lose this low, I would begin to short further to the downside. The 3-hour 200 SMA was the one that held us. It was like, boom, I got you, baby, I got you. We want to see if we can get back above the 1-hour 200 SMA. Right now, we got rejected by it. That is a bearish sign. We must get back above the 200 SMA on the 1-hour time frame to remain bullish. By the end of the day, if we're still lower than the 200 SMA, you must expect more downside, period. You can't force it. You can't fake it. These are facts. Everyone says, oh, my TA does this, my TA does that. But there are facts, like moving average facts. Like, you have to get back above a 200 SMA on the 1 hour. Yesterday, we called the short because we lost it there, and I knew we were going to drop further to the downside once that candle would close below the 200 SMA. Even when we just jettisoned below it, there was going to be a move further to the downside. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame, and the 15-minute is getting oversold in a bit of a flag too as well here, suggesting that it wants to kind of break out of this falling wedge. You can even say that it fell in and still back inside, or we could make it kind of more of a broadening falling wedge, which is fine. I'm open-minded to that. Bit of a bugle. It's a beautiful pole, and that thing could break on out, pause, all the way to 36,715. All right. So that's a key area that we're looking for. We want to see it do it. And right now, we're getting the pump to the upside as suggested for Bitcoin. 36,460 on our way up. And remember, BOOKMAP tells us there's more liquidity to the upside. What is this? It's a heat map order book. The more orders, the darker the line will be. So if you have a really dark red line and it's the closest to price action, it's very likely that you're going to take those highs out. You're going to go up into that area and short squeeze. They have a lot of people super, super bearish. right? They're going to go see their families. They're nervous, you know. What we want to see is Bitcoin pump to the 15, and then we want to see the 15 get above the 200 SMA. If that can happen, my goodness, we could have ourselves a bit of a move, right? So that's one thing that I'm looking for, all right? That's one thing that I'm planning on, and that's one thing that I want to see. So I love this. This is awesome, and I'm excited. I'm excited, all right? My team, if you could remove the phone call at the end of the stream by editing out just a piece of the live, I'd greatly appreciate it, all right? I love you, Master Friend. And everyone, Master Friend, we're even doing a discount for Master Friend, $200 for those limited 4 days. If you want to jump on in to Leverage Mastery, you're trading leverage and, you know, you want to go hard. Remember, I trade leverage, but I'm not as hard. This guy does it way more than I do. So if you really want to trade leverage and you want to make it your thing, man, this is it. It's going to be $200. We're going to knock off $100 if you want to jump on in starting on that exact same time period. So, and this guy, he's going to give you a recorded class, which is amazing. And then you're going to get 3 weekly Zoom mentoring sessions. He has so much compassion and love for joining my group and being a part of what I'm doing that he gives that love and compassion back to you. It's an amazing feeling. Look at Bitcoin did get the bounce at 36,570. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for Bitcoin to go up to that 200 SMA on the 15-minute and get strong, baby, strong. And again, anything is possible today with lower volume. You have the stock market closing tomorrow. It's not going to be the same. All right? It's just not going to be the same. Anytime, my man. When you can help others with your energy and your love, man, you will always get it back in return. You know, even if, you know, people are always wondering, even if it doesn't happen when you think it will, God is always watching you, and God is loving you when you're loving his people. When you do the right thing for God's people, God will bless you. I'm telling you right now, God will bless you. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame. However, we do have a resistance. We must break back above 36,784 to remain bullish. If we can't break this line, I would make the same line as me. Look, bounce, resistance. Your line might be somewhat, you know, different, but as long as you use this area here, this resistance in this, that's an SR. Right now, we're getting rejected. We have to get back above that level or we're going to see some downside, period. All right? I do expect this 15-minute to get lit. I do expect us to break above the 200 SMA. The probability is a 68 to 70% chance we're going to make a move to the upside. A lot of people have no idea what's going on. They are freaked out. They've never been through a dump like that for Bitcoin. It made them just like, and again, a dump, I mean, we're already half back from the dump already. It's pretty, you know, we're almost not that far from where we were just 2 days ago here on the 18th or the 19th, 4 days ago. I mean, it's just, you got to put things in perspective. You can't let your emotions take over. You got to use logic. Logic says it's not that big of a deal. All right? Now we move to the 7-minute, and even the 7-minute wants to get lit right now. The 7-minute looks like we could get a nice move to the upside out of this broadening wedge. I'll get rid of the moving averages for a second. However, the 7-minute has to get back above the 200 SMA. That's the first SMA we need to capture and take over. If we can't get back above this, expect more downside. And it looks like it could be actually doing this. Look. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, boom. We're making somewhat of an inverted head and shoulder here too as well. And you don't want to lose this level now that you got back above it on the smaller time frames. You don't want to lose 36.5. You're kind of like, oh, right here, yeah, 36,456. You don't want to lose 36,450. It's going to be a key area that you want to hold. If you lose that, you're coming back down to the bottom of this pattern, and then it's kind of downtrending again. This could be our way out, but we have to start to make some moves to get on out of this move. So it just took you from the weekly to the 3-day to the daily, right? A little bit of 8-hour, 4-hour, 1 hour, 15, and the 7-minute time frame, just so you can get a perspective of what's happening. So you're not blindsided by the 7. You can understand where we're going on the bigger time frames, and it begins to make some sense for you. And you know some key levels of support and resistance that we must get back above to be bullish. 36,650 even till we get to these two levels are going to be what I'm watching closely. We get through them, it kind of changes the narrative. We don't get through them, it's like we're just slumping to the downside and we could take out this low. Am I making a trade on Bitcoin right now? Honestly, I bought a lot of spot last night. I eventually cleared another whole Bitcoin in the account and sent it off to the hardware wallet. So I'm a happy man, to be honest. Whenever the day you wake up the next morning and realize you bought a whole Bitcoin, or not a whole, you know, it took me about 10 or 8 days. Putting $3 to $4 grand in every couple of days and just adding, you know what I mean? Just adding, always building, always going. I want 100 Bitcoins. I want to have 100 BTC. I want my daughter to have control of 10. I want all my kids to have 10 Bitcoins. Thank you so much, Sean. God bless you. Thank you so much for saying that. And it takes, even after you do it, it'll take a little while. But yeah, you go in there, you hit the trim button, just grab a little bit off the front there, and we'll be all set. Yeah, I didn't want to be rude to anybody else, and that's not my intention at all. I did not know. Let's take a look at my baby, XNA, baby. Nura AI, we got in way down here, 0009, baby. And it was already up huge at that point. I felt like I was late to the party when I got in here, but it was the bull, baby. The bull was just getting started, all right? But wow, we could have even been in at 00. Let's take a look at this right now. It's 0.002804141. And again, you can make more money in cryptocurrency because you can buy things that are a tenth of a penny. In the stock market, you can only buy things that are worth a penny or more, right? But in here, we can get to a penny in 10x. We get 100x to a penny. And that's the beauty. There's more room for movement. There's more mathematical room for movement in cryptocurrency. You can change, it's the odds of making bigger money. It is high risk too as well on the same side, right? And again, it's very, very risky. But if you live in risk all the time like me and you begin to kind of figure it out, it makes sense. So look, if you even bought like one of the lows here, let's just say it was 003. Yeah, we'll mark that. Say you bought this first secondary low, you just took a shot. I'm just going over this idea. I love this. So 28 divided by 3, really, it's like a 9x from there, but we'll take a look. Divided by 0.123333611. I mean, that's an 8.33x, right? Isn't that crazy? So this thing is already 8x for some people. I mean, I just find that absolutely fascinating. And honestly, it looks like it's going to continue to pump here. Previous support or resistance, and it's so new that a retracement could be just like, not as big, because I'm not gonna sell this coin. Like, I got in so early. I want to see where this could go. You know what I mean? I'd rather just, I gotta see where this thing could go. This thing is out of control, and I want to see it hit 3, and soon it's gonna be a third of a penny. When it hits a penny, we're gonna have 10x our money, a little more than 10x, because I got in a little under a penny, under a tenth of a penny at 0.9 instead of 0.1. This is insane to me. What's happening to XNA? And shout out to anyone in my trading group that jumped on in, found out about it, and made massive gains with the lifers. And while everyone's freaking out about today and thinking it's the worst day of the world, honestly, all coins are doing damage. Tara is looking beautiful. XNA is looking great. It does have a bearish div now there. Swing up to swing up. Well, that swings down, and it's overbought on the 1 hour time frame. I would look for it to kind of make some type of flag here before it heads further to the upside. If it does, at one point, it will pull back. Of course, someone will take some profits. That's up pretty big. But again, imagine that. 10 grand in this coin can already be 100 grand. And this is a coin that could turn 10 grand into $1 million. Like, you know what I mean? It can. I'm not saying anything is guaranteed, and I'm saying get yourself a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just, from my years of experience, looking at what I'm seeing here, I wouldn't be surprised if this coin could do some serious damage and continue to pump to the upside. My next measured move there is 0.4 of a penny. And then we'll almost soon be at half a penny. That's all, So we'll watch it as it continues up in this level. Previous resistance becomes support. I want to see the flag come out, as it has to come touch the 21-day moving averages, like so. All right. But this thing, just unbelievable. Super excited. Who here made boatloads of money on XNA? Who here got into XNA and is super excited about jumping on it? And everybody, I'm doing a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. General sale begins on the website after midnight on Thursday. Deals are for quarterly and yearly, up to 35% off equivalent monthly prices. To gain an extra discount and early access, you must both subscribe to the newsletter and opt in. If you've already subscribed, we can't run that opt-in on that one because we had to change the opt-in button. I made mistakes. I'm still learning internet marketing. So my first rodeo, But again, unsubscribe from the newsletter right now. You'll be all right. And resubscribe through the link that's in the comment section right now. That's going to get you the discounts that you can't get anywhere else, up to 35% off. Thursday at 11 a.m., 2 emails will go out. A special Thanksgiving email for all subscribers and a discount email only for those who opt in. Opt in on the newsletter. Subscribers gain immediate access to the sale at 11 a.m. And existing website customers can upgrade their subscription to make use of the deals. Whatever Blur is just made a move. Yeah, Blur is awesome. Blur is an NFT place. Blur is an NFT marketing place. All right. Bitcoin getting the pump to the upside as suggested. Shout out to Tommy Crown on the house. God bless Tom Crown. Thank you for being here. And me and Tommy go back, man. No, but no, I got to meet Tommy in Miami face to face. Great guy. Definitely someone I would hang out with on my next trip. I can't wait for Nashville, man. Sad they're not doing Miami, but, you know. I talked about PYTH yesterday. PYTH is on my radar. PAAL AI is on my radar. And I got some other coins that I'm going to go over in my trading group today. I've tokens on Binance Smart Chain. I do have risk of losing if something were to happen to Binance. No. Binance Smart Chain is complete. When someone makes a smart chain, man, it's completely all by itself. You know what I mean? And everybody, let's give Tom Crown a round of applause. I'm telling you, man, we're going to run for president and VP. It's going to be Crown Price or Price Crown. It's going to sound so good, man. You have to have 5-letter last name. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to legally change your name to Tom Crown now. I know Tom's real last name. I will never reveal it. All right? I promised him I would never reveal it, and I never will. I shouldn't even tell people I know his real last name. It's actually Crown. Crown Price 28. Let's do it, baby. We're going all the way, man. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to the Blue Crew. And shout out to everybody kicking it with the lifer. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. The price of the crown could be the campaign slogan. The price of the crown, man. Of course you know it's crown, baby. Too easy. Give me the crown. I love it. I love it. So I'm super excited. We got into XNA super early. Neuro AI. I got the biggest deep divers, the craziest maniac crypto freaks in my trading group. If it's hot, we know about it. I'm sure I don't get everything, but I get a lot of it. And we have a really good time no matter the day. Blur is an NFT marketplace just doing damage. And look, why would Blur go up? Well, I talked about we're way down in here, right? I was looking at this giant cup. Interesting. I didn't make a call on Blur. I'm not going to claim. But look, I know it's crazy, but this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. There's a reason. Because almost every big gain is, preceded by this Sammy Cup and Handy. And who's excited about football on Thanksgiving? Most people probably don't care, but something about football on Thanksgiving, it will be strange. It'll be the first Thanksgiving I watch football without my dad with me, man. I'm definitely going to break down in tears on Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to walk up into a room alone, and I'm going to cry my eyes out. I guarantee it. It's Tom Brady. Let it slip before. You're funny, man. Price, Casper, Crown, the trifecta. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Is Jason in here? Is Jason in here right now? Shout out to Bitcoin for stopping me out. Well, you didn't listen. I'm just messing around. But we're looking for this inverted head and shoulder to break to the upside. Key areas. I don't really have to talk about Bitcoin anymore. I spent like a good hour on it already. Hey, Sam, I'm not sure if you've done it already, but could you take a look at VAI? Much love. Shout out to Tommy Shattuck. We love you, Tommy. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. God bless you, brother. Football, TG. I love napping during football. Should start a new trading company partnership. Could build an AI trading bot with your own indicators. Who's to say I didn't already do that? Come on now. You think I'm that? Anyways. 36,550 for BTC. Definitely an inverted head and shoulder that I'm looking at. We'll go from there. Blur, cup and handle to the upside. This thing has legs to the daily. It says it's going to continue. Front run the golden cross. So what I would do is I would head on to the 4-hour, maybe even the 15-minute, and I'd be looking for this to flag on out. Once this flag is made, I draw a mini fib here, and I look for some type of retracement down to the 618 golden pocket. This thing will likely continue because the daily has gas. See, this is my strategy. I look for the daily to have gas. And then even if you just scalp, like even if I'm just trying to scalp the 15 or the 1 hour, the daily's in my favor, man. Wait, hold on. Don't go anywhere. I saw these the other day and I had to buy them. I had to do it. Hey, Tommy Crown. I mean, what a good marketing tactic. I have to give it to you, man. Definitely paid off, man. When I didn't know who you were, I was like, who's this guy with the glasses, man? You know what I mean? Who's this guy over here? Hey, my name's Tommy C. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm Tommy Crown, huh? What? God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I don't know how much longer. I don't know how you wear the glasses every time, man. I got my eyesight I'm colorblind, and to me to really see the charts officially, man, shout out to you for doing that. He does have beautiful blue eyes, though. If I remember correctly, he's got beautiful blue eyes. Don't you, Tommy? You know what I mean? I wasn't staring at them too deep that night, but I was staring at them. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. I just need a vape pen, and you're on point. You're so funny, man. You guys are the best, man. I love the crypto community. We all know each other. We're all buddies. We're all friends. I help him. He helps me, man. And, we're going to start. I might even do a channel with Tommy, man. Tom, I'm thinking of maybe once a week or twice a month. We do, I don't know, man. I just think there's something we could do together that could blow people's minds. You know what I mean? I just arrived. Put it back on, please. You're funny, man. Tommy vibes, man. Those Meta Ray-Bans. You love it, man. Slight flex. Good morning, legends. Shout out to Crunk C. After hours investing. Thanks, bro. Lakochi stepped away for a minute. God bless you, man. Thank you. Tom has metal NFT. Will you do analysis on Dark Shield Games? Wow, I love when someone tells me about a coin I've never heard about. Let's take a look at Dark Shield Games real quick because you might give me my next. And look, PYTH. I told you PYTH was going to be hot last night. I like what I'm seeing for PYTH. I also like PAAL AI. That's something on my radar now. I believe those two are going to be hot coins to trade up until next week. I would write those both down, PYTH and PAAL AI. Could be also long-term holds, but I'm also thinking of swinging them to the upside. So those are my swing trades that I'm looking at. FET continues to bang on them. I own about $6,000 worth of Fetch AI. I love that coin. It's going to do damage in this bull run. We're just getting started. We got Zeph, we got MO, we got Blur, we got Algo, we got VAI. Just finished Blur. I'm waiting for Blur to come back down to a key area of support or resistance. It could continue to pump here. 15-minute may give us a little more gas. Watch your 7, watch your 5, but I want to see a consolidated pattern at some point. And again, we may not make a falling wedge, and this is why I call this the twisted sister. And this is my crazy strategy, but I project these two patterns. One will get filled, one won't. I delete the other one, and then I'm ready for the trade. It just keeps me a step ahead of everybody else. I can see the pattern before everyone else. They start to form it, and I'm already nailing it. Zeph is like Cass and Zena, proof of work. I love it. I love it. Keep sending me those proof of work coins, baby. So we're going to look at Dark Shield Games for you, and this is the channel where you're going to find out about technical analysis, but I'm also got my eye on the prize. I'm going to find about DeFi. I jumped into DeFi. I got cake super early, 44 cents, wrote it 60 cents, wrote it to, what, 44 bucks. Insane, right? This has a $193 million market cap. It's got pretty good volume. Circulating supply 36%, 2.96 billion DKSs. It's got a Binance smart contract. I love that a lot. Let's take a look at its website. Make sure it's not like a rug pull, like a collection of multi-chain crypto games. Captivating games, arcade, features point system, multiplayer reward pool. Partners with Ferrum Network. I like Ferrum, Blocktopia. And no one's talking about Blocktopia. Recently, I went in and bought a bunch of Blocktopia because no one's talking about it. And honestly, it was the hottest coin back when the metaverse comes back. I'm telling you right now, Blocktopia could be big, man. You never talk about Cardano because I own it long term. I love Cardano. Cardano's one of my top coins. I've been holding Cardano since 2 cents. And that's actually not true. I talk about Cardano a lot. I don't think you come to the stream enough, Zach B. Hey, I am on 7 days a week. I did the other day, 2 hours every day for 7 days. That's 14 hours. Then I do the extra one in the morning, which is usually about an hour. That's 15, 16 hours. Then I do the monthly live stream, 17 hours if you add on. I'll add that at the end of the month, but 17 hours, right? And then I do BOOKMAP for another once a week. That's 21 hours. I live stream for 21 hours a week. And sometimes if I even throw another one in there, 21 hours of live streaming every single week. It's almost like a full-time job of 40 hours, right? I almost put in a 40-hour work week, but I'm also in the trading group. I do so many other things. And I even jump on Sin City Crypto once a week now. I'll be on, hopefully, I believe every Monday, but we're going to solidify it at the end of this, XNA is on ZegX. Yeah, this exchange is interesting. The ZegX exchange, I haven't jumped in yet. I know nothing about it, but ultra low fees at ZegX. All right. And again, always never leave all your money on an exchange. Always have yourself a hardware wallet. I'm telling you right now, super, super important. Super chat, Zeph, Mel, LDO, TRX, Algo, and VAI. Can you chat? Algorand. Shout out to J. Samuel McCulloch. God bless you, man, for being here. My Irish brother with the same name. R.I.P. JFK is his death anniversary. Moment of silence for JFK, the first Catholic Irish president. And I'm Catholic Irish, and I did convert years ago, but I grew up Catholic and Irish here in Boston. He went to the Dexter School right near my house here. His family was always here. Hyannisport, right? They had their big compound. We love the Kennedys here in Massachusetts. And I love Robert Kennedy, too. Really sad to see his family disown him and walk away just because he wants to change. They're bought by the bourgeoisie. They're bought by big business. I believe his fall, I believe JFK would be happier with Robert than anybody, you know what I mean? Interesting. And you tell me. But family looked at and kind of disowned him publicly in the paper when he went independent. I think that was the worst thing they could have done. He represents the people. He's helping as much as he can. There are some good and some bad. I'm not all for one politician, but I support him in his Bitcoin talk, and I love it. But I bet you JFK would be super proud of Robert, man. And Robert, I know it's hard when your own family disowns you. If you're hearing me out right now, if this gets to you, if someone could clip this out and send it to him. A few people know him. A buddy of mine actually interviewed him last week. So I have friends in high places that can help you out. My idea is this, Robert. We believe in you. We love you. The old Irish Catholics, I'm still behind you. I believe in God and I believe in you, man. And you know what? If anyone could do it, you can, man. And if you've stood up for a lot of hurt people for a long time, and I won't mention how you did it, but you did. All right? And we love you. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger married to Kennedy. That's how we got in. You know, same idea. Yeah. But this is where you can get a lot of amazing coins. Look at the markets here. And we could research a bunch of different markets, but expense up 30. And let's see what up the most today. Wow. 1,700%, 1,300%. Wow. So this may be the exchange where you could just, remember some of these coins are a lot smaller. I've never heard of them. Friend, USDT, Friend coin. I mean, amazing, right? And where's my baby? Where's my XNA? Should be in there somewhere at one point. But wow. Papa coin. Fish Factory. I've never heard of any of this stuff. This is insane. And I'd be wary too, just be careful. Some of the stuff could be in and out, I just this looks like a high risk place, but wow, there's a lot going on here. And this is a place where people kind of can understand a lot more. P2P beta, that's interesting. I just saw Casper. There's XNA right there up 20%. Sloppy. Wow, they got a lot of coins here. Caspa for BNB too, which is interesting. You could trade Caspa BNB. You don't see that a lot. Interesting exchange, I'll tell you that. Interesting exchange. Bitcoin sitting at 36,469, and I really don't expect a lot of insane moves today. People are going to be traveling. The market's going to be pretty lackluster. I just want to make sure we close above these levels. I would love it if the 1 hour closes above the 200 SMA. That's all I care about today. Close above the 200 SMA. Look, resistance, resistance, resistance. We must get back above that 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame to remain bullish. Super, super important. Tectonic, that was an oldie but goodie. Thought about it. Did I miss the Zeph chart? No, you did not. I didn't get to it yet. We're on our way, though. We're on our way. All right. I want to talk about PAAL AI and take a look at that. That's the one thing that I want to discuss. And everyone, I got to get out of here in about 10 more minutes. I'm not going to be here for my average 10 to 12. I'm in and out. Look, I put PAAL AI here in this little flag, and this thing is up huge. 91% gains for PAAL AI. And even 3 days ago, I talked about it. And, Ben Armstrong put it out on his channel too, and he has a pretty big following. I mean, sentiment is a lot. When I see a bigger YouTuber talk about something, and I see it on Token Metrics, and I like the TA, it's the trifecta, man. I start to understand. So, this is good, and that's why you never want to be biased or negative. Just be open-minded, because you can get information from anywhere, and that information could change you. So at 11:14, this is a week ago. All right, and 11:14 here, right there, on this day right here, November 14th. PAAL AI has a relationship with Google, and a big YouTuber talked about it. We found it a few weeks back, but want to put it on your radar. This is a week ago. It's up 90%. So while the whole market, and look, Bitmark, Polonian X, you got all these, and see, I have a bot that tells me when exchanges add coins, and I look at it every day. If you're in my trading group, you go right here and you look at the newest coins that got added, exchange announcements, and look, PYTH has been listed. That tells me, and that's how I find coins before everybody else. This is simple. This has made me 100x, 50x, 30x, because I just look. Look, Binance Futures added PYTH. PYTH is getting hot, as you can see, and that's why PYTH is, and look, Rootkit is hot. What is that? Victorium. This is how you learn about coins that nobody knows about. Look at all the exchanges PYTH got listed on. It seems to really be doing what it needs to be doing. All right? So again, look at PYTH now, and then people start talking about it. Then I hear it. Then I put in Bitcoin, and I saw it again. Look at Carbon 6. Binance Economy Exchange. Like, I just, and then we found out about C6, Carbon Browser. I'm telling you right now, I can teach you so many ways to tackle this market. I can come at it in many different angles. There's more than one ways to skin a cat, but you can't skin cats. That's horrible. Who said that? Who started that? You bought the Gala. You said yesterday that you will buy more. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Which wallet do you store XNA on? Right now, I just have it on the exchange. I have not able to got it onto a wallet yet. That's something I will have to figure out. But I believe that Tangem is going to start making sure that they have a support ability for it. You want to see if it has a chain. Right now, it doesn't have a chain, doesn't have a wallet address, so I can't really send it anywhere. It is a UCID. I don't know what that really is. Okay, that's interesting to me. Wow, 2799 at the highest it's ever been. Look at this thing, just doing damage. And we were talking about it down here at 009. Again, my trading group is the place to be. It really is. And to join my trading group again, CryptoLifer.com, join today. I would wait just 2 more days for that Friday, that Thursday night sale at 12 a.m. Friday. That's when it's going to go down. So jump on in today. I'd greatly appreciate it. Even if you just want to keep watching the live stream for 2 more days. And then I would love to see you in the trading group. But here, CryptoLifer.com, check it out. Look at it. And for sure, we should take that newsletter opt-in out right there because we're just going to get too many people slightly confused. Am I wrong? But again, we'll figure it out. And my team knows. So I have faith and trust in my team. And so, yeah, use the link in the comment section below, please. All right. Use the link in the comment section right here above or right here. This is where you want to join the newsletter right there. Click on that, opt in, and you're going to get access to my Cyber Monday, Black Friday sale, 35% off. All right. And I'm, Thursday at 11 a.m., 2 emails will go out. A special Thanksgiving for all subscribers and the discount email only for those who opted in. The opt-in newsletter subscribers gain immediate access to the sale at 11 a.m. All right. So I talked about this and I saw that it was going to go up and it did. It boomed up for 91%. And this thing has just been on an absolute tear. I even looked at it like not too long ago. It was 2 or 3 cents. It's already done a 5x since October 17th. I mean, the AI market is ripping to the upside if you can't tell. So I would be looking for some type of pullback. Is she okay? Okay. Does daddy need to come and help? Does daddy need to come help? Does daddy need to come help? Are you okay? Okay. I love you. I love you more. I love you more. Oh, she's so cute, man. I love my kids. My kids are the best. My kids make me cry like every day. Tears of joy. They don't make me cry painful tears. Tears of just absolute joy. Like, I can't believe I have 2 beautiful daughters that just love me so much, and I'm surrounded by so much love in my house. And I tell you, I say the word love like 100 to 500 times a day. Daddy is full of love constantly, and, I want my kids to be able to love their kids. I want there to be just a love philosophy, because love is the strongest frequency, and it really brings people together. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, break to the downside. I would love this to pull back because I didn't really get enough of it, and man, this thing has just been on an absolute tear. PAAL AI. And there you have it. It is getting oversold in the 22-hour time frame. Expect for some type of bounce. The bigger time frame, like the 2-day, a little too high. The daily needs to come on down. Let me pull the fib here and see where I could likely possibly jump back in. Not too far. I mean, it almost kind of retraced back to the 618 again. Could take a bigger idea and be like, do you come down all the way back there? Yeah, here's your first impulse. Looks like if I can get it back at 11, it might be the idea. But, man, I'm already tight because this is how you 100x. You get in at 2 cents, 7x, and then you only need a 10x. Then it goes to $1.50. You got a 70x in your hands, right? There's going to be a lot of big moves in this next big bull market. I believe it's going to be not easier, but there may be more opportunity to 30 and 50x here as we get more parabolico. Bitcoin at 36,450, just really flat. I see us pretty much flat for the day. People are more excited about altcoins too as well, as they're actually just ripping. As you can see, so many altcoins are getting the love right now. People are saying, hey, I'm going to allocate. I've been waiting to buy this coin. The Bitcoin dip was the best I could get. And then people are like, maybe I won't be able to get it any cheaper. Tower is one of those that has got so much FOMO that people are just ready to ride. You know what I mean? People are just ready to ride. So there's PAAL AI on my radar. Let's take a look at PYTH. And these are my own personal picks for the day here that I want to discuss. So PYTH just came out on MEXC. So to me, PYTH is likely going to do a PAAL AI. You know what I mean? It's sitting at 41 cents. It was just low at 28. Look at that 15-minute. I'll be honest right now, PYTH is looking like it's about to pump hard right now as we speak. Again, who knows? I don't own any at the present moment, so it doesn't matter. I've never talked to the team. No one's paid me to do this. I'm just going over what is an Adam and Eve double bottom. And these have just, if you're in my trading group, I draw probably 10 of these a day. Then there's a little flag, and then these things just moon. It's like one of the fastest and, best paying patterns that I've ever seen. I was like, this thing is amazing. PYTH network, USDT. This thing could get all the way up to 51 cents, even further up to possibly 53 cents. I'm looking at this on my radar real quick. PYTH network oversold and really the 50-minute. You don't have much more information. You go to a bigger time frame, you don't really have nothing. So you got to really trade this to the 15. That's a cup and handle. Then I would even take the length of this wick to wick. That would tell me where we're likely going to go. I don't need that. Sorry, I made that accidentally. I straightened a little bit, trying not to adjust too much there. And you got 60 cents coming for PYTH, another 50% gain. And honestly, this is interesting. I told you, it seems like everyone seems to be talking about it. It's got the buzz. It's gone exchanges. People know about it. And then when I put in Bitcoin and I saw that I could see it on the chart, that blew my mind. I was like, that's never happened to me. A coin that I can actually, like I typed in BTC. What I'm telling everyone, I typed in BTC USD, and I scrolled down and I saw that it was on PYTH. Might have been the tether, right? And it just blew my mind. I'm like, what do you mean it's on PYTH? And so you can trade Bitcoin USDT on PYTH. Now I don't see it. It was there earlier. You guys remember, right? I think it was the USD version, right? There it is right there. Spot Oracle PYTH. All right. And then you want to know a little bit what's going on. And look at Neura AI just continues to pump, getting the love. So it's got a $616 million market cap, 10 billion PYTH. It's got a Solana address, all right? It's a pretty big deal. Smart data for smarter contracts. Secure smart contracts with reliable, low-latency market data from institutional build apps and high-fidelity Oracle feeds designed for mission-critical systems. PYTH, baby. And so 40-plus blockchains. This thing is hot. This thing is hot. Every feed, every chain. That's insane. Look at that. Wow. Making synthetics perps compete. Synthetics. So they're kind of in bed with synthetics. Build effortlessly power APIs, man. Polynomial, Vela, injective protocol. This thing's huge. Makes me wonder why I'm not in it right now. PYTH, man. So PYTH looks like a big move. And again, the deep dives continue. Who cares? Bitcoin's just one of the many things that we do here. All right. I am an altcoin dude. They call me the Caspa King. I thought this was a funny tweet I put out recently. And I do laugh at my own tweets sometimes. I think they're funny. One thing I want to talk about, look, for over 10 years straight, HSBC was involved in countless money laundering. You can Google it. Only to continue to do it over and over again. They did pay $1.2 billion, but seriously, they did it 2022, 2024. It just never ended. It never ended. Who's messaging me over here? Who's messaging me over here? It's Loudmouth, man. Shout out to my man Loudmouth. God bless you. We love you. We appreciate you here, and we're going to have you on the channel. I want to start vibing with my man Loudmouth. Seen him a lot around town. Hang out with him every time. He's at every single thing. If you go somewhere, he's there. He's in Vegas. He's in Miami. He's the dude is state to state, man. And there's one of my coins that did not play out. We did fall back, but did that get stopped out? 35,767. Yeah, it would have gotten stopped out for sure on the low. All right, so what happens? Hey, one of my trades actually didn't play. That's the first time one of my trades didn't play out on Twitter. I feel kind of weird, though. I want to be 100% every time, I'm so happy this guy's daughter got back out of the hospital. It made my day. Super excited. That actually looks like Boston, but it could be any hospital, right? Reminds me of the tunnel I went through to go see my dad. But look at this. I thought this was hilarious. I've been an AGX mini whale since I was around 4 cents, right? Call me the AGX Admiral. Call me the Caspa King. Call me the GFAL General and the Jolly Joystream Jet Setter, baby. And these are coins that I'm just loving. And, XNA, baby. I know. XNA Xerxes. I like that. Funny. The XNA Xerxes. I love that. That's funny. And everyone, I do have to run. As much as I love hanging out with each and every one of you, I got to get my family where they need to go, right? And I have to travel for today too as well. So we're going to break it down. I'm going to look at the last few super chats, and then I'm out of here for the day. But I gave you everything I could about Bitcoin. Refer to this throughout the day. Look at those key levels. Write them down. Understand what I'm talking about. And then PYTH, man, about to do numbers. And again, these Adam and Eve double bottoms, they don't play. They just make gains. They just really make gains. Like, this thing wants more. And it already is starting its move to the upside. PYTH. Adam and Eve double bottom for PYTH. All right. Do I have any... hold on. And Mexi's the place to be. If you're going to trade anywhere, zero spot maker and taker fees. I mean, why would you trade anywhere else? Why would you trade anywhere else? But I look at this PYTH here. And I told you I don't have any PYTH. Wouldn't mind building a small swing bag of it. I might just swing it, honestly. Jump into some PYTH real quick. See where this puppy goes. Did I get my fill? I did. I got filled fast, too, on that PYTH call. I like it. I bought some Naka last night, too, as well. Figured it was a smart idea to buy some more Naka. But, you know, you do you. I got a great gaming portfolio. I got a great AI portfolio. I have Cardano. I have AGIX. I have Bitcoin. I have Ethereum. I got the basics. I got XRP. I got BNB. I got the basics. And then I have my two narratives that I'm really going hard in. I even have some ZK roll-up and some other stuff, too. But I'm really going hard on metaverse gaming and AI. That's going to be what I'm really focused on in this next bull run to take it by storm. Again, and I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. This is what I do. I share my life with you, all right? I don't have to, but I think it's great. I get a lot back when I share my life. I never would have met Crypto Billy if I didn't share my life. I never would have met all these beautiful people that are out here every single day, all right? Moving forward, how has no one bought Koinos? Koinos is hot. And they talked, you know, there's a guy in my trading group that was obsessed with Koinos. He talked about it all the time, and it's up huge today. But you know what? I can't own every coin. I just can't. You know what I mean? I'd love some Koinos, but I can't own everything. Citus Heroes, I own some Citus Heroes too as well. I got NFTs from back in the day. Bang. I bought PYTH at 29 cents, up huge. Koinos, first free to use blockchain, skyrocketing right now. Koinos is booming to the upside. Oh yeah. I looked at that earlier too, doing damage. All right. PYR is nice. There's so many amazing coins, really, everyone. You eventually have to pick a few. You have to pick a few. Everyone, I don't think I can get... I usually don't like to do this, but I really don't know if I can get to the super chats today because I got to go. I don't want to be late. Told my wife I'm going to leave early and get it done, and now I'm like playing games already. Lido Dow. Let's take a look at Lido. So I saw Lido in this like kind of falling wedge that wanted to break to the upside. I put it out. Look, it's up 53% from when I first put it out. Never hit the stop loss. LDO, bang, bang, bang. Shout out to anyone that jumped into LDO. And I believe LDO is going to continue. It really is the money maker. I put this out on 10-11, though. It took a while. It never hit the stop, though. There's your before. There's your after. Another beautiful call here on the channel for LDO. And I'll send that to Shano. I will. I'll tell her right now. I mean, could you just email CryptoLifers@gmail and tell her that? I'll tell her. I might forget. I have so much going on right now. I'm gonna leave here, jump into. I gotta get my kids together. I just got a lot going on, but I'll attempt to do that. But middlemaning me is never a good idea because I usually forget. You know what I mean? You definitely want to keep me out of those types of things if you can. LDO, bang, bang, bang. Oh, hold on. And again, it took a month for 65%, but I don't mind. Money is money, man. As long as it makes a move, as long as it's higher than it used to be, it's all that matters to me. And I believe it was on 10-11. LDO, bang, bang, bang. Love you, Sean. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's take a look at Algo, VAI, and shout out how many people we got on the live. Haven't had a chance to look at it. 964 beautiful souls on the live stream. 869 out, 417, $47 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. It's an AI pump, baby. It's an AI pump. Let's take a look at Algorand, the most unfun blockchain to own. I own some Algo. I do, because I bought it a long time ago at 30 cents. All right? I did. And I decided not to buy anymore when it dipped all the way lower. When it gets to $3 again, I'm out. That's my goal, and I'm sticking to it. But algo, I saw it doing a much longer rounded bottom, but it did finally made a pump, right? From 9 cents to 12 cents. Ooh, a nice 30% gain while we did 15x. You could have sold all your algo, taken the tax loss gain, paid taxes on it, bought into Caspa, made a boatload, sold that, got back into algo, and still would have been better than holding Algorand. I told people this thing was sloppy, man. People didn't believe me. They thought I was hating. I just wanted to make people gains. Like, I wanted to help people make gains. But I see it as the slanted Adam and Eve. It could break on out. It got above this previous support of resistance. Look for it to flag on out, and I see it continuing up to about 20 cents. It's eventually going to get its time. Every coin will. There's just so many coins beating up the multiples on algo. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Let's take a look at Zeph. I believe we looked at Zephyr yesterday on the live stream as well. I talked about it possibly breaking out of this. I wanted to go a little more sideways. It did, and it went right to the target and some. Unbelievable since the last time I looked at it. Didn't even pull back. Just went on an absolute tear. Smaller time frames could have showed you flag. Now it's getting a little high. Now I would expect it maybe to pull back, right? But maybe not, and this thing is up huge. Just continue to rip. And there's going to be so many of these opportunities, everybody. I know you get some FOMO. I know you get this weird feeling, I wish it coulda, shoulda, woulda. Don't worry. All right? You are the company you keep. You are the ability to become wealthy. If you freak out all the time and you're worried about what coulda, shoulda, then that's going to be you. You just have to move on and be like, I'm going to find the next opportunity. I may have missed PYTH. I may have missed Zeft. I may have missed the XNA. It's okay. You're going to get there. Yeah, Eagles taking on the Chiefs, man, and showing them who's boss. That was pretty interesting. Eagles look really good for a possible Super Bowl run. You never know, but they look good. I'd look for this. See, this is how I did it last time, but it continued to go to the upside. I would definitely wait for a pullback of some type on this 2-hour time frame. But wow, what a move. And VAI, Zig, and Hook. And then I'm out of here for the day, everyone. I got to make a run for it. I really do. I own this coin, VAI, Viote. I bought it a long time ago on the Binance Smart Chain. All right? I believed it was going to be big. Someone told me it was going to be like some type of YouTube kind of thing, right? That's an Adam and Eve double bottom. Look for that to break to the upside. I'm telling you right now, it's retesting this previous support of resistance. I see it going to 17 cents not too long from now. VAI. Let's take a look at Zig. Zig coin, never heard of it. Wow. I put in a flag there, then it continued up. This thing went from 1 penny to 3 pennies. Ripping. I don't know what it does. I know nothing about it. Touching the 21. Usually I do way better analysis right now, but I am in a bit of a rush. It honestly looks like it may continue here. Like it left the flag. Oh, no, that's a flag right there, and it could continue. The 22-hour looks like this thing may continue to pump. Again, I know nothing about it, and I'm doing a very, very quick top-down analysis on it, but, And ML. Mint layer. I heard people talking about mint layer. It got above the 200 SMA on the 20. I talk about this. You front run the golden cross. Boom. That's where the money is, baby. And almost everything is doing the same kind of thing. Like you can see this falling wedge broke out. If I go to a smaller time frame, you'll get this. Looks like it's very small market cap, playing some games here. But could continue to the upside. I don't think I would trade this based on the spread. I don't like the spread that I'm seeing. Meaning how the candles aren't full. And Hook, I threw like $500 on Hook just to let it chill. And it went all the way up here to 25% gains, came back down. Hook just kind of going sideways, not doing too much really. Hook protocol. I do see it as kind of a cup and handle, support of resistance. Not a fan too, that's why I put a very small amount into Hook. Now, Level Finance is in a cup and handle with a double bottom too as well. But anyway, everyone, I got to run. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for everybody here on the live. I appreciate you all for jumping on in and having a blessed day. This 15-minute on PYTH looks like it's about to pop. I did get into it, so you do whatever makes you happy. I did buy some. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm going to see you on the next live stream tomorrow. I might even pop in for some other cool stuff throughout the day. You never know if you'll see me again. But everyone, have a great day. Stay blessed. You can, you will, you are the best. God bless you all, and I'll see you on the next live stream. No flights. I'm driving my family. No flights. I'm just driving. Even actually more risky, though. And God bless.